everyone, today I'm doing my August wrap up. I read 11 books in August and I'm going to show you what they are right now. First thing I read was a reread of Mass Proportions, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. My cousin and I, as well as my Worldwide Book Club Goodreads group, are doing a Harry Potter readathon. It's called Harryathon 2015, and we're just going through at our own pace and reading, hey Brax, rereading them. So I've read that one and I'm nearly finished the second one. So I'm reading it quite slowly while I read other books. It's been nearly 3 years since I'd read them. I read them with my friend Jess once we finished our HSC, and so I of course gave this 10 out of 10. Is there a question? No. Second thing I read was Invisible Girl by Mariel Hemingway, and she's actually the granddaughter of Ernest Hemingway, the famous poet, author. Him, and this is a story about her life, and I really did not enjoy it. It was supposed to be like, you know, about her, how, you know, how she dealt with mental illness in her family, and it just had it sounded really good, like, you know, you would, because, you know, her parents were both kind of alcoholics, and her sisters, one of her sisters had a eating disorder and the other one had depression, and the other one was like really into drugs, and it was supposed to be about how, you know, she coped with that, but it was like from a child's perspective, and it was really weird because, like, then you would think, oh, maybe it's for a kid, but it's not for a kid because it's like the language and the vocabulary isn't suitable for a child, but then the way she talks is, I just really didn't enjoy it. Ended up giving it a 5. The next thing I read, I loved Room by Emma Donoghue. I saw the trailer for this on IMDb and was like, that looks amazing, and I'd been seeing it everywhere for ages, so when we went op shopping I picked up a copy, read it like straight away, loved it. For those of you who don't know, it follows a little boy, Jack, and his mum was abducted when she was, I think, like 18 or 19, and then so his entire life has been in this like tiny ass room, and it's such an incredible book, like told from the perspective of a 5-year-old. The way it's done is just spot on, and it's like, it is amazing. I gave this a 8. I'm surprised I didn't give it more. I always look back and I'm like, I would have given that less now, and I would have given that more now, but anyway, that's what I gave it. The next thing I read was The Power Within You by Louise L. Hay, and you can see, like, every time that I read something that I really, you know, felt or spoke to me, I tabbed, and like, that's the result of it. I love this. It's a self-empowerment book. I read it like over the course of a month, so I read it really, really slowly, and it's just like changed my life. Like literally the power is within you. It's kind of the title explains it all, doesn't it? But amazing, and I can't even express, like, yeah. It's all about, you know, self-growth and self-love and self-empowerment, and it's amazing. I gave it a 10. That explains it. The next thing I read was That Sugar Book by Damon Gamau. I'm really bad at pronouncing all his names. I read the book and was so lucky that Alana from Hannah Macmillan sent me a copy to read and review. Love it. I have since cut out refined sugar from my diet. It's been like, I could say 2 weeks since I've, you know, started the journey. It's not a diet, it's a lifestyle change. I have been eating a little bit of bread just now and then because I'm being gentle with myself, and I'm not rushing in or overwhelming myself, which I always tend to do. And yeah, I've just really cut back, and like I wasn't missing it at all. The first week I was like, this is easy, like, and then just the last few days I've been real headachy, and just feeling blah, and I've also been doing a really hard criminology assignment, so not optimal timing, but I'm really looking forward to getting past this stage and part to the clarity part, and it's so interesting. Seriously, look up That Sugar film or the book. Amazing. Like, it's more about awareness like people don't realize how much sugar is in like everything, you know, like, and it's not the sugar, you know, that you find in chocolate bars or ice cream, you know that's there, right? And fizzy drinks, like, it's there, you know it. But it's the stuff that's in healthy foods, like muesli bars and yogurts and like Special K, stuff that has the heart foundation tick on it. And you expect it to be healthy, but it's got just as much sugar as a Kit Kat, or just as much sugar as, you know, a bottle of juice, apple juice, has more sugar than a bottle of Coke. Anyway, that's that. I gave it a 8.5, and it's also got, like, it's got all about the experiment and the science, and then it's also got recipes. And I would love, because his girlfriend made most of these recipes, I would love if they released like another book that is solely recipes, because I've made some of them and like, oh, yum. Next thing anyway I read was Calm by Michael Acton Smith, and this is just a really cute positivity and meditation book that correlates with the app Calm, which I am obsessed with. I gave it an 8.5, and I just really, really love it. It's just full of such cute little ideas and activities. And the next thing I read was Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I got sent this to review by Simon & Schuster, and I was like, one afternoon I was like, I just feel like reading for a little bit. And I picked this up at like maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I put it down at, I think, about 6, and I was finished. And it's so good. It's about this girl, Hannah, and one night she's like, it's her first night back in LA, and she has to decide whether she's going to go home with her best friend Gabby or her ex-boyfriend, who she still kind of has a thing for, Ethan. His name's Ethan. And so then, like, in correlating chapters, you kind of see how her life would have panned out for each of those different decisions, and it's so good. It was like amazing. I loved it. Like, literally, obviously I couldn't put it down. And I ended up giving it an 8. And just something so unique and different. Yeah. The next thing I read was another reread, Treasure Yourself by Miranda Kurtz, another self-empowerment, self-growth book. I first read this when I was, I think, 15. My best friend Tay, she lent me her copy, and then I got a copy in 2011. You can see there my sister-in-law wrote in it. And I've read it a few times, and I just love it. It's beautiful, and it's just filled like with positive affirmations. My one for today is, everything I am searching for is within me. I gave it a 8. The next thing I read was Heal Your Gut by Lee Holmes. I was sent this to read and review by Murdoch Books, and it's all about how your stomach health affects essentially your whole being, not just, you know, your physical health, but also your emotional health and your moods and your hormones. And it was so eye-opening, because like so many people have gut issues, and issues that are a result of, you know, bad gut health. Like, out of my closest friends, you know, say like there's 10 of us, over half of us have stomach issues, whether it's like allergies, food sensitivities, or, you know, other serious illnesses. And so this is really, really good. She talks all about how you can cleanse your stomach and other health ideas, and I just really loved it. My bestie Tay, she was like, you can see the spine's all cracked. That's from Tay, let's be real. But she went and bought herself a copy as well, and there's like a 4-week detox you could do, and I think we'll do that together. So, but it's like pretty much she just eats soups and juices, and it's to like reset your gut flora. I gave that a 7. The next thing I read was when I was in town. Oh, shivers. No, I was supposed to tell you this at the start. This was like the 3rd thing I read. So that was the last thing I read in August, and I'm about to tell you the 3rd thing I read in August, which was called Slow Up by Pamela Aladis. And pretty much, Courtney and I, when we were in townie, we were in the city, and I was like, I want to go to the library. So we went, I took off my shoes, found like this comfy chair. It was like that, and you just like, oh, it was so comfy. Anyway, I got this book. It was a kind of a lifestyle, I guess, book, like all these things you could do to kind of slow up and make yourself happy. And it was pretty, well, was it small, but it was one of those books you could kind of flick through and read at your own pace. and we stayed there for a couple of hours and ended up reading that. I gave it a 7 and I really loved it. And then this was the last thing that I read. No, it wasn't actually. This was the 4th thing I read. But we listened to it in audiobook on our way back from Townie in the road trip, The Valley of Secrets, which is like one of my favourite all-time books. I hadn't listened to it in the audio format before, so that was really interesting. And it's just a really good book about this guy who inherits an English manor. Oh, if you want to see my review about it, go check out the video. Oh, what's it called? It's like the one where I'm at the road trip and we're like in the background like, oh, having a fire, because Courtney and I talk all about this. Anyway, I gave it a 9 or 10. I don't actually, like, I'm not going to be actually reviewing on my book blog Harry Potter or this, or like, I don't know, books that kind of have a place in my heart. I find hard to really review. So yeah, if you want to see full reviews of any of those, head over. Wow, this is a really long video. I'm sorry, but I'm not. It's like it's 11 minutes. It's a minute for each book. I can get away with that. Yeah, that was my August wrap up. Until next time, bye. Oh, let me know. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Full wrap ups on my book blog. Look at the doobly dab. As well as let me know what you read in August and what your favourite thing was. No Axel today. He's laying over there. Do you want to see him? Axel, all your fans miss you. Puppy, come here. Look how interested he is. Axel, come here, puppy, come here. Oh, everyone wants to say hello and you're not giving them your presents. Say hello, puppy. Okay, he said hello. Now we're gonna go. Oh, my stand just broke.